This is Paul. Yeah. And I want to speak to my sons. And I want you to remove all the forgeries of Heidi Lee Budner. Yeah. All the fraud. Yeah. And then I'm going to ask them. Yes. Did you have any knowledge of anything that looks like yourselves? Yeah. Because if any of the five sons says yes, yeah, I do know that they did make something that looks like me from my conceiving of a child. Yes, because of us as husband and wife engaging in sexual intercourse. Yes, during 10 years of marriage. You're going to get sued, and it's going to be a lot more than $100 billion. Yes. Now, for each of the states of the United States that has any knowledge of this, yeah, I was very happy today to find out, yeah, that there's a whole bunch of laws that make it a crime for any state to know about this. Yes, the 170556. Yeah, this is quite the guide. It's 300 plus pages. Yes, the Juvenile and Family Court Journal. Oh, this is put out from the American Bar Association. Could you call all those members for the last 50 years? See, I emailed them about the fraud, the forgery, the felony, the kidnapping, the child abduction. Yeah. And the American Bar Association decided that they didn't, as actual attorneys, yes, have any legal liability for the knowledge of the use of any genetics, yes, that are necessary to conceive a child during sexual intercourse as a husband and wife, yes, during 10 years of marriage, yeah. But if I find out that anything that was made that looks like my son's, I will make sure that every attorney in the ABA has all the knowledge. Now, for the idiot attorneys of the United States of America, I want the last 50 years of membership in the American Bar Association, yes, in the National Council of Juvenile and Family Court Judges, yes, because they're named family court judges for one reason. Yeah, you do not issue court orders without the jurisdiction of law. You do not issue a dissolution of marriage without proof of service. Yes, you do not issue a dissolution of marriage without making absolutely sure that the father of the five sons does get a copy of it, and you did protect the father's right, yes, to appeal a court's decision because of the jurisdiction of the United Nations. Now, this goes into detail about the jurisdiction of the child custody and abduction cases. It's a judge's guide to the UCCJA, the PKPA, the Hague Convention, the Hague Child Abduction Convention, yes, and the judge's guide to criminal parental kidnapping cases, yes. Now, let's say you wanted to use a court to kidnap children. How exactly would you do that? Well, you'd make up a false police report while living on Guam. You'd have your husband arrested. Yes. You'd say that you were fearful for your life. You'd buy 7 plane tickets without his knowledge. Yeah. You'd fly to Clallam County, and within 4 days, you'd have him issue a protection order while he's in jail. Yes. And then you'd act like you're doing what the law requires, right? And then you'd issue a 1 year protection order while he's on probation. Yes, on the United States territory of Guam. And then when I'm allowed unsupervised probation and I move back here, yes, you'd set me up for arrest at the same time as serving me a dissolution of marriage, yes, for the false accusation of attempting to contact the petitioner, yes, through the third party known as Healthy Families of Clallam County, yes. And then you'd renew it 1 week after the petitioning for dissolution of marriage for no other reason that the petitioner said she was fearful for her life because she petitioned the court for dissolution of marriage. As if I was going to contact her while being on probation, yes, while I'm on trial for violating the fraudulent protection order, yes, while on personal recognizance that has no contact provision, as if you are helping the situation.